Hello, it is Tuesday, well it's afternoon now, it's just after lunch. I'm at a DL420-3 loading shovel. It'll only rev up to 1200 RPM. So I've just jumped on the seat and had a look on into the fault codes, and we've got a water in fuel sensor fault, so it's looking like it should be quite straightforward, I'm hoping. But yeah, welcome back to the channel, let's go and get a look. So you can see there's a fair bit of plant about up here. We're on a new wind farm site. There's a crusher going there, look. And immediately I've spotted the problem. If you can see the wire in there, it's a bit tasty like. So we'll get that sorted out. So I've re-ended my plug with some new ends, cut all the bad wiring out. But yeah. Well, I'll shove that bit of rubber back in properly, look, hopefully. Yeah, I'll plug it in and we'll go and see if this machine revs above 1200 RPM. Right, let's see what happens. I've joined the plug back together. There is still a chance that it may have blown a fuse, and judging by there's a couple of fuses missing, we might still have a fuse to replace, but we'll try it. I'm not going to sit in the seat because I'm filthy. Yeah, first we'll... It's a good start, it's not beeping at us. We're at the service menu, failure information, current failure. That's disappeared now, so it was a water in fuel sensor fault that was active and it isn't anymore, so that's all good. We'll start it now, see if it'll rev above 1200. Ready? Happy days. Well, that's been a nice easy fix. Got all the gear around here, look. Better get shifted because that stockpile, he's had to stop crushing. Better get on. Right, everyone's been waiting for me to clear off out the road, so that is exactly what I'm gonna do. When I turned up on site, this fella in this 20-ton Hitachi, and there's a 13-ton Hitachi. Pulled up on site, the fella on the 13-ton Hitachi opened the window and shouted hello. He recognised us from my videos, and then this fella on this 20-ton and all wandered over and said hello. So it's quite nice, like it is. Anyway, we'll cruise on. Morning. You joined me in the cemetery this morning. I've got a little mini digger. The quick hitch won't work, so I'm just away to find it, and we'll see what's wrong with it. It's got a hydraulic hitch on it. It's a DX19 and it won't unlock, so I'm wondering whether there's any issues electrically, more likely, or hydraulically, but we'll go and see. Just need to find it first. We'll just quietly drive down here. So the box is lighting up and I've clicked it to unlock, but I'm not seeing the pipes jumping about down there, so I don't think the control valve is allowing pressure through to unlock it. So we'll check the bucket curl pressure switch and the solenoid. Right, so when I curl the bucket round, this solenoid valve here is what sends pressure down to the quick hitch, and I'm pretty sure from memory there's a little red LED that lights up when you've got the pressure switch for the bucket curl engaged, so it won't allow power into there until the bucket's curled all the way around, and it just does that through a pressure switch. Now I put this kit on, so I'm pretty sure I put the bucket curl pressure switch under here, which isn't exactly handy, but there's very little that's handy on these little diggers other than where I've mounted that. So I'm just going to take this belly plate off here and I'll unplug the pressure switch and put a jumper wire in so it's a full circuit, and see if the hitch works. Then I'll know if it's the pressure switch that's at fault. So that's the plug for where the pressure switch plugs into. I've just put that jumper wire in. You might be able to see better than me, but see, that's the pressure switch there. So we've just moved that over. I'll just try it now, see if it'll work. Put the pilot lever down maybe. No, that isn't doing it. So I'll see if I've got power down here now then in that case. So I've got it working by jiggling this wiring around in here. Yeah, I wasn't getting power down to my pressure switch, and the wiring goes through and into this plug here. So I had continuity through here, but from here it just goes straight into this box here, which I don't even think you can. There's no screws in the back of it. You could probably force it apart and strip it, but I've got one of these back at the yard, and the yard's only 10 minutes away. So I think where the wiring's come down through here, it's broken, because when I've jiggled this about, I've got it to work. Where's that bend at? There's a bad bend in it anyway, so I'll reconfigure it a bit, or just cut a bit of this plate out here to allow it to go through, because it was just there, and then there's a plate that comes in here, but I'm pretty sure there's a gap in the plate. But anyway, whatever the weather, I'll reconfigure it a bit. It's not a bad job to get out. I'm pretty sure this just pops out on clips. Yeah, so aye, there you go, look, that just pops out on clips. So yeah, it'll only take 2 minutes to put that in. Worst of it will be putting all these plates back on. So yeah, I've got a couple of those control boxes sat doing nothing back at the yard, so I'm gonna nip away and get those, or one of them anyway. I don't need half a dozen, do I? So that's what I'm gonna go and do. Today it's going to be a bit of an odd one really, because I've got a meeting with a customer and one of our directors and our salesman, so I've got to attend that today, which is at 1:30. Now if I hadn't had that breakdown there, I'm not sure what I would have managed to get squeezed in. I've got a couple of jobs that I'd like to go and do. To be fair, one of them I am waiting on parts for. But even if the parts were in, it's a 2-hour trip to get to it, and I'd be more than an hour or so on site and then 2 hours back, which would mean that I'd be late for this this meeting, like. So yeah, it's just going to be one of those bits and pieces sort of a day, you know. So yeah, I'll definitely be making up for it tomorrow though. What I've got on the cards for tomorrow, it's gonna be a day, like, it really is. And I'm off on Friday. It's my son's birthday, so I've got that day off. But we'll definitely have a video's worth of content after tomorrow, that's for sure. So I think today's video will be a shorter video than usual for a Wednesday video. But yeah, we'll see what the day brings anyway. You never know, you never know. Right, I'm going to head through to the yard and pick up a control box with the wiring harness and pop back here. So I'll catch you in a minute or two. Well, we're back. As you can probably hear, the weather's taken a bit of a turn, but is what it is, I suppose. We'll go and put this into that machine, and that'll be it fixed, won't it? So I've routed this wire in differently to how it was previously. You learn from your mistakes, don't you? So yeah, instead of the wiring coming out of this gap here and through here, I've fed it, pull this back out, down through there where the heater hoses go. And the plan is, I've got the wire in here, I can feed it through that way now towards where the valve is. In fact, I can see it from here. And that'll keep it out of harm's way from getting crushed. So just stretch my arm into here, feed it as far as I can with my arm. Right, yeah, I should be able to grab that from the other side now. Should be somewhere down here. Let's have a look. There it is, and here. There we go. Plug that into there. Plug the wrong way around and twist it. How around does that go? I'm gonna need 2 hands, hang on. Try again that way. I'll need 2 hands, hang on. So that's everything back together. We'll just try it now. I have already tried it, so I know it works, but this is how it works. You turn the control box on, and then you press the unlock button, curl the bucket into dead end. See the hitch moves, and then to lock it, we press the lock button, curl the bucket in, and it locks. Happy days. Right, I'll put that bucket back on and get packed up and head back to the yard. So that's the end of my day, and we'll make that the end of the video. I've got the phone ringing. Hang on. Yeah, where was I before the phone rang? Yeah, anyway, end of the day. I've been sat in a meeting this afternoon, so that's all done and out of the way. I can crack on. Tomorrow I'm not really, or I haven't been looking forward to it. It's been on the jobs to do list since last Thursday when the phone call came in. If you remember back to last week, I was up on top of that snowy hillside putting that refueling pump controller on that 180 with the harvesting head on. Yeah, on the Thursday the guy phoned me and said my track stopped going round, so yeah, it's looking like hub reduction gearbox failure. So we've got a whole new unit to go into that. It's still in the same spot as last time, so it's going to be a 4x4 job to get up to it and leave the van down in the bottom, so it's going to make things tricky or different to how you would usually do it. So yeah, he's got another machine organised to be up there to give us a hand with it, and I've got a lad coming through from HQ to give me a hand doing the job. So yeah, that's going to be a day. Like, it is going to be a day of it, because it's not just 5 minutes away, and even when we get there, it's not just 5 minutes to get to the machine either. And if you forget a 13mm spanner, it's a long way back down to the van to go and get one. So we're just gonna have to think on with that job tomorrow. So yeah, it'll be interesting. It will. Yeah, I hope the weather holds out. The weather has dried up this afternoon, and it's dry and bright at the minute. Hopefully that continues on till tomorrow. So yeah, look out for that video on Friday. I'm not working on Friday, I've got the day off, so I'm gonna have a long weekend. So yeah, look out for it. Thanks for watching. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button, and yeah, we'll try and have a good night's sleep tonight. See you in the next one.